What's up, guys? I'm Johnny Phantom. I'm here to talk about all things fandom, such as Disney, Harry Potter, Star Wars, and many more. If you're new here, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into today's video. Today we're going to talk about Toy Story, one of my favorite movies of all time. I grew up watching Toy Story. I remember when Toy Story 1 first came out. I saw it in theaters. I went to Disney World for the first time, and they had Star Wars characters on parade like crazy. It was just magical. Toy Story is close to my heart. It's one of the first films that I really fell in love with as a child, and here I am now talking about it with you and the rest of the internet. So with Toy Story, I've talked about Toy Story videos in the past. I've talked about how Woody came to be, his background story, his origins, and that he was potentially Andy's father, got passed down because we don't see any other Woody toys ever. And the theory behind that is that when Woody's Roundup came out, they had the Prospector, they had Bullseye, they had Jessie toys out for sale. And they never made the Woody toy just yet. And there was a whole big thing to send in these box codes to get the Woody toy. And they were going to give out these Woody toys to all these kids who sent in the boxes. But as the Prospector says, Sputnik killed it. And with that being said, they never produced the toys. They only had one prototype. And this was actually a proven theory by the director of Toy Story. He actually said that this is actually a fact, that Andy's father, he had polio. So he was a very sick child. He sent in a letter saying that he wanted this toy so bad, and they gave him the only ever in existence Woody doll. This is a proven fact that Woody that Andy has is the one and only Woody toy ever produced. With that being said, he gets the Woody doll. So his father was a fan of Woody's Roundup and the TV show, and we know that they're living in Andy's dad's parents' house in the film, because you see pictures of Andy on the wall, but it's not Andy because he's wearing glasses. So the theory is that he moved back in, into his parents' house when the father died. So the mother was taking care of Andy and the kids, and it's a whole big story. I made a video about it. Go check it out right here. But what if Jessie was passed down in a very similar way? Let's get into it. So we know that Jessie, unfortunately, was played with a little girl that loved the Jessie doll very much, and eventually she got bored of it and threw it into a donation bin. Jessie is very distraught about this, the fact that she was cast aside and not wanted. But then Andy took her home and she felt wanted again. But what if Andy bringing home that Jessie doll, that exact Jessie doll, kept it in the family? And what I mean by that is, what if the little girl that had that Jessie doll was Andy's mom? Andy's mom was the same age as Andy's dad, and they both would have been around to see Woody's Roundup TV show, and they both probably would have fell in love with the toys. dad, who kept the Woody doll because it was a cherished item to him because he had the one only Woody doll ever created. Jessie would have been, I mean, Annie's mom would have said, okay, I got a cowgirl, yay. Who knows? Maybe she fell in love with Sputnik and space toys and stuff like that as well. And that's what, changed her mind. Or maybe she just didn't like cowgirls anymore. Maybe she wanted to play with My Little Pony dolls or something. I don't know. But that girl, whoever she was, Annie's mom or not, she casted aside Jessie. But it got put in a donation bin, somebody else picked it up, and it ended up in there. And then the Al found it and put it on display in his Woody's Roundup insane collection. Kind of like how my Splash Mountain collection is. Like, I have the pops, the posters, the little figurines, the mugs. I even have the Burr Rabbit molasses up there. So I kind of have like my own little Woody's Roundup collection, except I have all Splash Mountain and Song of South stuff. I haven't had the poster. Like, yeah, it's a bit crazy. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, and I do that a lot, so I apologize. So we were talking about Jessie, right? Yeah. So Jessie got cast aside in a bin, and it ended up in Al's collection, and then escaped with Bullseye and Woody. Screw the prospector. Nobody needs you. And went back to Andy's house, and Andy there for a play with them. Before I get into a certain detail about this theory, we're going to take a quick word from our sponsor. So make sure you go to repsports.com. That's REPP sports.com. Use coupon code Johnny Huey. Save yourself 15% off. Get yourself some nice Raze energy drink. Great flavors, great taste, great energy all day. You can even get protein pancakes in the morning. You want a nice breakfast? Pop a can of this, throw some pancakes on the griddle. That's a great breakfast. They even have pre-workout mixes, hydration powders, hypersleep that you drink before you go to bed. You wake up feeling refreshed. You out late last night, maybe at a party, and you don't want a hangover, drink this stuff before you go to sleep. Trust me, you'll feel great. So go to repsports.com. That's REPP sports.com. Use coupon code Johnny Huey. Save yourself 15% off. Now let's get back to today's video. In the first Toy Story film, we see Andy playing with Woody. And he runs on a house wearing a cowboy hat. And we don't think much of it, the first film. But this was planned out. This was planned out for generations on end. And how long after Toy Story 1 did we get Toy Story 2? So Toy Story 1 was released in 1995. Toy Story 2 was released in 1999. So 4 years later. This was planned for 4 years. They knew they were going to do this. So if you notice, Andy's wearing a cowboy hat that is reddish in color. It has white with ropes sewn through the red. Where else do we see that hat? Well, we see that hat on Jessie. So we know the fact that Andy's father was a fan of Woody's Roundup and therefore passed down the Woody doll to Andy, but not the cowboy hat, because if he had a cowboy hat, he would have had Woody's cowboy hat. I'm not saying a guy can't, get a girl's cowboy hat, whatever. But typically, if a girl was into Woody and Jessie, the girl would have purchased Jessie's cowboy hat. Sorry, cowgirl hat. And we see the girl with Jessie that casted her aside with that hat. She cast aside the doll, kept the hat. When she got older and had a kid, she gave the hat to a kid who loved cowboys. Jesse's mom, Annie's mom, cast aside Jessie in the donation bin. She kept Jesse's cowgirl hat and gave it to Andy, which he wears all the time in the first film when he's playing with Woody, because it's his cowboy hat, but it's actually Jessie's cowgirl hat. It's the same hat from Toy Story 2 that we see on the girl's lap when she's playing with Jessie. And why would Andy have the Jessie hat if we had no idea about this Woody's Roundup? It's never mentioned. Woody's just, a cowboy. The hat doesn't really match, so we wouldn't think about it in Toy Story 1, like, oh, that hat doesn't look like Woody's hat. Okay, maybe we just got that. Nope, we see the hat in the second film, and it's passed down. The hat that Andy wears was his mom's, and it was the same hat that was worn by a little girl who cast aside to Jessie. So all comes full circle. So now the hat is united with the doll. And that is crazy to think about. All comes full circle. Two people, two kids, different side of the state, country, wherever they lived, each had a Jessie doll and a Woody doll. Those two dolls, well, one got cast aside, one stayed behind. Those two kids got married and had a kid. The doll got passed down. Somehow that same doll that got cast aside came back and reunited. You think Annie's mom ever thought like, oh, I used to have one of those as a kid, and she would think what if that's mine? She should do a YouTube channel and do a theory about it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. And make sure you comment down below your thoughts on this theory. Do you think that Andy's mom was the girl that cast aside that Jessie doll, or do you think it's just a coincidence? Also, let me know your thoughts on any of this, and I want to hear from you about other theories that you may have, or that you want me to discuss, or some kind of concept that you're not really sure about, but maybe you can give me some insight, and I'll try to work some out and make a video about it. So I'll see you guys next time. Before you go, make sure you check out this video right here and that video down there, and check out my merch store down below. We get cool shirts like this, and I have a ton of other shirts down there. Go check it out, and go to my Patreon page, because I have videos on there just for you. You can only get access to them if you join my Patreon. And hit that join button down below, because same thing, the join button really helps me out, and you get content just for you, just for signing up. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time.